Hello everybody, my name is 711 and welcome to the final battle for me in the Pokemon Battle Association Season 4. As you guys have already seen, I lost to Collin for nothing, I believe it was. So I lost in the first round of the playoffs. However, because it was extremely likely that David and I would probably battle in the playoffs, we went ahead and prepped for each other. So it was pretty upsetting that I ended up having to battle Collin instead of David, like we planned. But we did prep, and so we did prepare a battle, and we decided, well, right after our battles, we just decided to battle. So this is a Grudge match versus David. And let's start off. He leads with Blackbeard as I lead my Scarf as Elf. And that U-turn, I was expecting Blackbeard to stay in, so I went for the U-turn, but then Blackbeard gets the U-turn, so it's really David that gets the switch initiative, goes into Marcus Kane. So that probably has Thunderbolt coming my way, as it does. I stayed in because I went up to Sturdy again because of leftovers, and I sent my rocks. So I decided to switch at this point and go into Snorlax because that's really the only thing that can take a Thunderbolt on my team. So Mega Beedrill comes in, and so I decide to stay in, and I do Mega Evolve, I believe. Yeah, I Mega Evolved and I protected. That U-turn did a decent amount of damage, but I see that this Avalugg does have the Rocky Helmet and Recover. So this is going to be a really annoying Pokemon, just like the Dredagon from my battle with Collin. So as you see, guys, I did land a Will-O-Wisp on Sansa, and you know what, I'm not even thinking right now that Spiritomb is weak to Fairy. I am not thinking about that whatsoever. So I switch into Lucario here, predicting a Protect to get its health back, but that was pretty much folly. And this Lucario is Life Orb, so it only has one attack in it, and so I decided to go for Flash Cannon, my strongest move. Down goes Lucario to his own Life Orb, and now there goes my only special attacker, and now this Avalugg pretty much can wall the rest of my team. So I switch, and I go back into Spiritomb, as he switches and goes into Sansa, and and that Will-O-Wisp doesn't do anything. So I decided to switch because I remember now that Moonblast is a thing, and Snorlax is pretty much the only thing that can take a Moonblast. So Snorlax goes for the Power-Up Punch, and I get the +1, but at the cost of the Rocky Helmet Recoil. And I decided to go for a rest here, just to see what Garf wants to do as he recovers. So I know that I'm recovering more with each rest than he is with each recover. And he goes for Roar, and Roar was exceedingly important here because that stops Snorlax from setting up. So he goes into Fat Leonardo. He hates Stealth Rock, especially if he has an Avalugg. So he Mega Evolves and he goes for Hydro Pump on my Skarmory. I go for Icy Wind. Now, I notice that he's faster, which is interesting, and he's still faster after -1 speed, so he must be speed invested. So I set my rocks here, and he misses a Hydro Pump, and that was actually kind of important because Skarmory would probably be dead right then and there if another Hydro Pump landed, but it didn't. So Fat Leonardo is doing a very good job at keeping rocks off the field, and he goes into Machiavelli the Musharna as I bring my Stealth Rocks in once again. Now I bring Spiritomb in here as Machiavelli Thunderwaves, and oh, I thought that was a very good play. So he Moonlights, and I go for Infestation. I'm going to speed this up a bit, but there's a Dazzling Gleam, so he does have pretty good coverage against me. And I'm just trying my best to whittle down this Musharna. There's another Dazzling Gleam. I have Pain Split, so with that Pain Split I can live another Dazzling Gleam, I believe. So Custap Berry pops, doesn't matter because I'm already paralyzed. And my only other attacking move here is Foul Play, which is kind of putting in the finest. So it goes for Heal Wish, and who does he Heal Wish back up? He Healing Wishes up Sansa, and there goes the burn. And so he probably predicted Skarmory to come in, so that was probably a hidden power fire. And Will-O-Wisp missed, I believe that was. And so Moonblast is just going to blow back the Spirit Tomb, and down goes Spirit Tomb. So Mega Beedrill's Poison Jab obliterates any kind of flower, and I do get the poison. So I decided to go for Protect here. Two things. One, because I figured that this Blackbeard is Scarfed, and two, to whittle it down a little bit with poison damage. So that was two good reasons to use Protect there. And so I knew he was going to U-turn, so I'd go back into Skarmory, and in comes Marcus Kane. And I knew from before that I would get up to 100% from leftovers, so Sturdy is still a thing. So I'm not sure why he goes for Draco Meteor, but that does a good bit of damage, and I go for Icy Wind. I see that there's no way that he can heal any of his Pokemon except for Recover on Avalugg and Wish on that Flower Sansa. So Icy Wind, this is essentially just whittling down Fat Leonardo a little more, just a little bit of chip damage here and there. So I do set my Stealth Rocks yet again. He goes for Thunderbolt. That is a critical hit. And I know that I don't have... I know that Skarmory really isn't doing much for me in this battle. So Thunderbolt does take out the Skarmory. I'm sorry, yeah, the Skarmory. So I go into Mega Beedrill here, and he just sacks Blackbeard. And that's okay with me. That is a huge threat out of my way. It was 3-5, now it's 3-4. And I know that a Poison Jab was not going to take out Avalugg, so I had to U-turn here as he recovers. Now this has Roar, like I said before, so this Roar is really making Snorlax not be able to set up. So there's a power-up punch, and an interesting fake-out idea, because I did not bring Smeargle. So he goes for Rapid Spin, and I go for Body Slam, and Snorlax takes out Fat Leonardo. So I go for another Body Slam, hoping for a Paralysis. There's no Paralysis. I noticed that Snorlax just barely outspeeds Avalugg, so that is really good to remember for later. So this is now a 3-on-3 battle. Snorlax is just hanging in there because of all these special attacks, as you can see. And I go for Rest here, which is fine. I know that Snorlax pretty much walls the rest of David's team, and David cannot beat this Snorlax. He just can't. As long as I keep resting up, he can't beat Snorlax. So I Power Up Punch, and he roars, and in comes Azelf. Now this Azelf, like I said, is Choice Scarfed and really can't do much in this battle anymore. So there's a Draco Meteor, and I rest. And so now Marcus Kane can't do anything to me, and he's forced to switch again. In comes Garp. Snorlax is asleep. And one play that's kind of interesting is that Rest has 16 PP, Sleep Talk has 16 PP. So I purposely did not go for Sleep Talk all the time, just so that I would have more Sleep Talks later, for whenever I was resting late game. And so Snorlax is asleep. There's another Earthquake. So that's pretty much why I was not going for it, for Sleep Talk all these times. And another interesting thing that I was doing is that every time that he would Roar Beedrill back in, is that I would go for Protect, because that would burn 1 PP of a move. So every time that he would Roar Beedrill in, then I would Protect. So that was my game plan here. Hopefully I can whittle down this Avalugg sometime soon. Because once this Avalugg is gone, then Mega Beedrill sweeps. Mega Beedrill just cleans up nice and easy. So here's another Protect, and he goes for the Earthquake, which is great. That's one less PP that he can hit Snorlax with. And now here comes a big play, a really climactic part. Draco Meteor, and I'm still asleep. And I need to pull this rest off. And Marcus Kane has superpower. He's been waiting for this moment to kill the Snorlax, but I have the Chople Berry. I live on 2%. 2%, guys. Snorlax is fat, and he is never, ever dying. You should have seen David raging in the chat. So, I do sleep talk rest there. That's inconsequential. So I do wake up here. I don't know why I rested there. That was a misplay on my part. But right now, Snorlax is pretty much going to be in here for the rest of the battle. Because in comes Sansa, and I miscalculated Moonblast. I didn't think it would do that much. So I left Snorlax in, I went for Body Slam, there's the Paralysis. And David just rage quits, and I win 3-0. So something pretty interesting about this battle is that, yeah, I misplayed there by going for Body Slam instead of Rest, because I didn't think that Moonblast would do that much. But it did a little bit more than I thought, and that Paralysis pretty much sealed the deal, because now I would be able to rest on anything, and David, like I said, would just never be able to kill the Snorlax. Now, I am not going to say that this Paralysis 100% won me the game, and I'll tell you why. It is because even if the Paralysis did not happen, then I would sack a Zelf, bring Mega Beedrill in, force a switch, and then Snorlax. We've already said that Snorlax is faster than Avalugg, and since Snorlax is faster than Avalugg, then Snorlax would be able to just heal up on the Avalugg, and so that is why I was pretty much destined to win that battle unless I did something incredibly stupid. But there you go, guys. David has 3 wins on me, and I have 4 wins on David. But you know what? I highly respect David for his battling, and it's kind of sad that it is potentially the last time that we ever battle in a league. David's not sure if he's going to come back. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But, you know, that's something that only the future can tell us. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, then like this video, comment on this video, share it with your friends, and click subscribe if you haven't already. And on that, guys, I will see you all later. Peace.